This was my body 90 days ago. I was depressed, hated the way I looked. I just couldn't take being skinny anymore. Okay, I was none of these things, guys. Honestly, I was pretty happy with my body. But over the past year, I've been working really hard on making content on men's hair loss. So if you're a balding guy and you want to save your hair, anyway, before this, I ran on the track 800 meters at a somewhat decent level, and I loved it. It gave me most of my closest friends, and I'll be forever grateful for the sport, but it wasn't making me money. And athletics is not a sport that you can make bank on unless you are right at the top. And honestly, I don't have the genetics to reach that sort of level. And the amount of work and training that it takes to run at a world-class level is pretty much the same as it is to run at an amateur level. So I called it a day with racing and now just train for fun. But in the comments section of my social media accounts, you guys kept telling me to hit the gym because I had potential and I looked like I was 15. I mean, look at my arm earlier this year. Like, what? So I started hitting the gym and thus begun this 90-day body transformation challenge. Get me looking buff for the shorties. Anyway, I had a pretty big growth spurt in high school and I went from a normal weight to pretty skinny. And then I just kind of stayed that way until now at 24 years old. And this was probably the biggest challenge throughout this transformation for me. You see, no matter how much I eat, I just don't seem to put on weight very easily. During the start of the transformation, the scales weren't going up too quickly. But then I found this thing called Trenbolone. You just like inject it once daily. Obviously, I'm joking, guys. I mean, I'd want a refund if I did. But I had to really increase my calories, so I aimed for around 4,500 to 5,000 daily, focusing on getting 1 gram of protein per 1 pound of body weight. I was eating still pretty healthy, but with my genetics, I did have to include a few cheat meals daily. Okay, I was doing a lot of eating, but what about the training? So when I was running, I did used to go to the gym twice weekly, but it was more running based, longevity, injury prevention type stuff. Although, look how strong my calves are. Genuinely the most random, disproportionately strong body part, random flex. But sorry, back to the training. Now it was time to hit the gym properly. Time to get aesthetic. Build that V-taper look. To achieve this, I did a training split of push-pull, then legs. With rest days scattered in when I needed them or I got too busy, but I was not slacking with it. Coming from a running background, particularly as an 800-meter runner, pushing myself actually came quite naturally. I'm not trying to say I'm Johnny Hard bollocks.
Ooh, you're hard, showing off.
But I was pretty used to that feeling of lactic acid burning up in your muscles and just pushing through it, because that is literally what 800-meter training is. You just don't want to curl up in a ball, throw up and die after going to the gym. Also, look at these geese on the track. Nice. But yeah, for the type of physique that I was training for, I prioritized my chest, shoulders and upper back, as these create that cool superhero Dorito looking silhouette. So the key exercises that I prioritized was incline chest, lat pull downs, pull-ups, which I could actually only do 1 of before I started the challenge. And my favorite exercise for some reason, lateral raises. I literally did these every 48 hours and they kind of blew my side delts up. I stuck to training legs once a week because I went pretty hard on that day. And I also tried to do deadlifts on this day, which fatigued me quite a lot, but I do feel like I get quite a lot of bang for my buck with them. I was also still running 3 to 4 times a week, so just training legs once a week let me maintain that without feeling like I'd been hit by a bus. But I did hit a few PBs on legs too. Just saying, I think I can do the calf world record. Maybe we'll make a video on this. Comment if you want to see it. Key thing though that I really focused on was just keeping the reps really slow and controlled. I wasn't really too bothered how heavy I was lifting, just as long as my form was smooth and I was getting a good stretch each exercise. Halfway through the challenge, I was seeing the gains and I liked it. I also bumped up the days that I was going to the gym from 3 to 5, and then I really started to make more progress. One thing that did help was this beautiful machine, the Ninja Creamy. This pretty much lets you turn anything into an ice cream. Not sponsored, wish it was. But at the end of every day, I could pretty much just down a pint of this magnificent anabolic protein frosted concoction. One of these was around 1,000 calories with 50 grams of protein, so it was pretty easy for me to consume. I was really consistent with the food, but it did get a bit jarring towards the end. Like, I wasn't hungry, and when your belly is always full, food's just a bit dead, you know? But the main thing that helped me get results on this challenge was just being consistent. I wish I could give you some winter arc, motivational grind mindset quote here, but I can't, because honestly I didn't find it that hard. I genuinely just look forward to going to the gym every day and training hard. I think if you find exercises that you enjoy and you remember that you're going to make your body look better, then it kind of just becomes fun. Well, anyway, here's the results. I started the 90 days weighing in at 73 kg and a little under 6'3". And by the end of the challenge, I weighed in at 80 kg and 6'8". My shoulders are the area that I'm most happy with. These actually grew a ton. My back definitely got thicker and my arms evolved from toothpicks into... Can't think of anything witty, but they got bigger. However, upon slapping some meat on my chest, pause, I found out that I have a chest gap, which was a bit of a bummer. But hey, previously it was just rib, so I'm happy with it. Thankfully though, I do have a pretty small waist and broad shoulders. This kind of creates that illusion of a V-taper in a vest, even though I'm not that big yet. I also got my body fat taken after the challenge. I didn't get it taken beforehand because I'm a silly goose. But yeah, the journey is only just beginning. Key points: eat a ton, lots of protein, lots of calories if you're naturally skinny like me. Be consistent. Like anything in life, if you keep turning up at the butcher's, one day you're gonna get a sausage. And more than anything, just train freaking hard. Yeah, that's about it. I think I'll play a hardstyle gym edit. Subscribe.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through.